check your mute. Not hearing you.
How about that?
I got you now. Yeah. You're just making me dizzy turning that camera back.
Yeah. Sorry about
You're good. I'm digging your old Waverly shirt. Oh, I know. It's complicated technology. Okay, so we've been talking about politics this morning. I'm going to invoke one of those words you professional broadcasters use here, pivot. We're going to pivot to sports. But I'm liking your where are you, at your house on your patio or something? But I like the old Waverly shirt you got on there.
Well, not only is it the old Waverly shirt, let me show you the background. See if you recognize that.
Wait.
How about old Waverly in the background? Yeah.
That's what I was going to say. That's the lake on 10, right?
Absolutely.
Yes. 10 and 11.
18 right behind. Yeah, 18 right behind me, and then 10 headed down the hill. I'm not.
That's what
golf,
I thought.
Though, so
okay.
I'm a school bus driver this week. I've got my son and 5 of his buddies that are at golf camp, and so we're driving back and forth in the mornings, and I'm sitting out here on this lovely patio trying to get a little work done in the process while they're out in golf lessons. So
you're not going to play golf.
It's a good day.
What a beautiful setting that is. Are they staying in the cottages where the campers stay?
No, they at least put a little bit of a hiatus on the overnight golf camp, and given the makeup of this group, I don't necessarily blame them for that. So it's back and forth. We've had some early mornings this week, but it's good and absolutely beautiful.
Okay, I was just going to comment. I've actually stayed in those cottages before with a bunch of older men. It's really not designed for that, but it's the only thing we would get for a little golf junket. But we got you here to talk about baseball. What a fantastic weekend for a couple of teams from the state of Mississippi, and now they're heading to vie against one another down at the Pete in Hattiesburg.
Yeah, and, college baseball is such a big deal in the state of Mississippi. I love that we get to showcase this weekend. And it's not just one team, right? It's not just Ole Miss hosting at Swayze. It's not Mississippi State hosting at Dudy Noble. It's not just Southern Miss hosting at Pete Taylor. It's 2 teams from the state of Mississippi meeting. An atmosphere that will be unmatched. Crowds are going to be great. Southern Miss has been in the top 10 in attendance all season long this year.
Yeah. Yep.
They are limiting the number of ticket sales. Now, if you go back to the midweek game back in May when Ole Miss played in Hattiesburg, they set a single game attendance record with over 6,200 that night. But the NCAA frowns on overselling tickets, which is dumb because the NCAA tends to like money, but whatever. Regardless, it's going to be a great environment. Probably in the 5,500 range. The overwhelming majority of those will be Southern Miss fans. They've got a great home field advantage. It's a Southern Miss baseball team that has been really good all season long. They had a 2 or 3 week stretch where they didn't play as well in May, but they kind of regrouped and are playing great baseball right now. So much drama in those 3 wins over LSU or 2 wins over LSU in the Hattiesburg Regional to get to this point. And then Ole Miss, right? I mean, a team that at one point this year was ranked number 1 in the country that stumbled, that did not play good baseball for about 6 weeks. They've kind of found something in the final 2 weeks of the regular season, and certainly last weekend in Coral Gables down in South Florida for the Miami Regional, played really good baseball, and it sets the stage for a great weekend starting on Saturday.
Yeah, it really does. And I think it's a testament, I really do, Richard, to the quality of youth baseball in the state of Mississippi and how high schools and competitive baseball really is strong and feeding these programs not only in Mississippi but outside of Mississippi as well.
Yeah, I agree with that, Gerard. And, I find myself in a little bit of a quandary when it comes to youth baseball. I think maybe we're doing a little too much, a little too early, but that's the way that it's shifted with travel ball. Look, if you go out this weekend or last weekend in Mississippi, you are likely to find a tournament in Oxford at M-Trade Park that's got 80 teams in it. And then you go up the road to DeSoto County, and you've got 80 or 100 teams that are playing there. And then you've got that in Meridian, you got it in Starkville, you got it in Tupelo, you've got it in Ridgeland, you've got it in Madison, you got it on the coast, you got it in the Pine Belt, all over the state of Mississippi. And so, if you want to go in the aggregate, you get to one of these weekends, you got 1,000, 1,500 youth baseball teams that are playing on any given weekend. I love it because I love baseball. There are parts of it that I don't like. I feel like maybe the focus at 8, 9, 10, 11 years old is a little more on winning and a little less on teaching the game. I understand it. But to your larger point, baseball in the state of Mississippi matters. High school baseball is really, really good here. Summer league baseball is really, really good here. And college baseball takes a backseat to no one. I have always and will continue to make the argument that there's not a state in these United States of America that cares more collectively about college baseball than we do here in the Magnolia State.
Yeah, totally agree. And, of course, we've seen investment in facilities and coaches and fan attendance is unbelievable across the state. We just won the National JUCO D2 Conference championship, national championship at Pearl River.
Yeah. And Pearl River's coach will be on with us this afternoon on SportsTalk Mississippi.
Okay.
We're going to talk to them about that national championship. That's coming up at 3:30 this afternoon on SportsTalk.
And the community college baseball in Mississippi is quite strong. Is incredibly strong, and to some extent it feeds into the D1 and D2 programs. Then you got Delta State, which has perennially been a very good program, of course. So we just have lots of very strong baseball at all levels, that is for sure. All right, tell us about what you guys are going to be doing with the broadcast this coming Saturday.
So on Saturday, I'm not sure that I got the marketing piece of this right. It is the it is a special Super Saturday edition of SportsTalk Mississippi. Luke Johnson, who is co-host of the Eagle Hour on SuperTalk Laurel and SuperTalk Hattiesburg, and I will be at Ed's Burger Joints right there on Hardy Street. Great outdoor patio, great burgers, great milkshakes, onion rings, the whole deal. And we're going to broadcast live from 12 until 2:30. So it'll kind of be like a pregame show that leads you into network coverage. Of course, some of our stations carry Southern Miss baseball, and some of our stations carry Ole Miss baseball. So at 2:30, we'll go off the air. We'll hand things off to the Southern Miss crew, to the Ole Miss crew, and they'll take you up to first pitch. But really excited about being in Hattiesburg in a high visibility location where there are going to be a ton of people hanging out before the game. Grabbing something cold to drink, getting that last little bit of air condition before they head over to Pete Taylor and get their sweat on for the next 4 hours or so in what should be a great environment.
All right, pitch and match up to kick off the first game. Go ahead.
Well, and one more thing I want to mention.
Yeah.
I'm going to get it right eventually. The Super Saturday Special is brought to you by our friends at Polk's Meat. Polk's has been a partner with us on SportsTalk Mississippi for a long time. It's a Mississippi-based company in McGee. They've been an incredible partner with us, and when presented with this opportunity, they jumped all over it. They said, let's promote college baseball. Let's promote Polk's Meat. So you can be like me and grab that Cajun smoked sausage and throw it on the grill and feel really, really good about yourself if you're not going to make it to the ball game.
I look forward to it. It's going to be awesome, you and Luke doing that. So before you go, what do you think about the first game, the pitching matchup? What do you expect there? Who's on the hill, and what do you think? Oh, shoot. Looks like we lost our connection there. Well, dang.
All right. Hey,
you there? Go ahead.
I'm with you. My bad.
We got you.
Yeah, no, my phone went crazy. Tanner Hall on the mound for Southern Miss. He won the Ferris Trophy for the best player in the state of Mississippi. Dylan DeLucia, who's kind of found himself in the second half of the season and has been so incredible for Ole Miss. That'll be what you get in game one. Not 100% sure what direction Southern Miss will go in game two. They've got some options there. For Ole Miss, it'll be Hunter Elliott in game two. Both of these teams have got bullpens that have pitched really, really well. They got guys at the back end that can shut it down. It's going to be fun.
Yeah, sure is. I look forward to it, and I'm glad the broadcast thing worked out. The Super Saturday edition is what we're calling it. That ought to be a lot of fun. I look forward to that, and You guys enjoy yourselves at Old Waverly doing your dad duty there. That's pretty cool. I'm a little jealous of you there with the background there, I got to tell you. You just look like you're too comfortable.
There are worse spots to be, I can promise you that. Thanks, Gerard.
You got it. Richard Cross, the host of Sports Talk Mississippi, has been our guest here on Middays. Coming up at 12:05, Corey Miller, the Mississippi State economist, will be back with more on Middays from the Element Wealth Studio.